You're watching the USA Network.
We have company.
Ray, what are you doing here?
Well, I came here originally to talk to you about something, but I found your wife here, and it was a special treat.
No, it was.
Oh, yes, it was very special. Mrs. Whitney has been very entertaining.
Oh? What do you mean? Singing, dancing, telling funny stories, things like that?
One funny story about someone named Didi Bannister. Look, I mean, I didn't mean to intrude or anything. I thought you'd be alone. I know that your wife was out of town a lot, and from the way you've been behaving, I thought...
Now, just wait 1 minute. I want to know exactly why you came here. I mean, exactly why.
I came here to talk with you about the case. The case that everyone else thinks is closed, but you still think is open.
I see, so that's the reason. Star, listen.
Oh, I haven't been listening. My ears have been wide open,
Raven,
Kelvin.
what did you tell my wife about Didi?
I just told her I was very happy that you had found someone very nice to take care of you while she was gone, and I think I'd better leave.
Now, just a minute, lady. Hit and run happens to be a crime, you know?
I had no intention of saying anything to your wife. I wanted to talk to you. I was very surprised to find her here. And I would have talked to you today in Didi's office if the two of you hadn't been too busy to talk.
Star, listen. She is just trying to hurt me. I mean, she's mad about my work on the Whitney case. Don't you understand? Look, baby, I can explain. Star. Star.
I guess I picked the wrong week to come home. I'm taking the morning flight back to New York.
Want some more coffee?
No, thank you.
God, this toast is burnt. Here, I'll scrape it for you.
Doesn't matter, I'm not gonna have any more anyway.
This reminds me of the first breakfast I ever fixed for you. Do you remember that toast? It kept coming out black. It was a disaster.
Yeah.
What is this? Are you never going to smile at me again? Is this the mood that's
No, I don't mean to be moody. It's just, I'm not much in the mood for smiling this morning. It's not your fault.
Isn't it?
No. I don't want you to feel that it is.
Has something to do with Jinx, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has to do with Jinx.
I know, but she is the first thing you think about in the morning. It's probably the last thing you think about at night, too.
I did think about it last night.
I think you were dreaming about her, too.
Why do you say that?
Well, I don't know. You were just tossing and turning all night. I almost woke you up.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I don't know. I just didn't.
Well, if you had, I probably would have told you the reason. Maybe I shouldn't have kept it from you anyway.
Now what's happened?
Jinx tried to commit suicide.
Oh, dear
She's
God.
all right. Her father got there in time to take her to the hospital. Don't get up from the table now.
Oh, Miles, I just can't bear this anymore.
This is why I didn't want to tell you. I knew you'd react like this. I knew you'd take it...
What, take it personally? Is that what you're going to say? Well, of course I'm going to take it personally. It's my fault. It wouldn't have happened.
Now, you just stop that. It is not your fault that Jinx is ill. It is not your fault that she refused to be honest with Derek.
Yes, but it's my fault that Derek knew the truth. That's obviously why she wanted to die. And if she had, oh my God, if she had, it would have been my fault.
No, I don't have an order number. Well, it's mauve paper with a monogram in the upper left-hand corner. Yes, that's it. We want to order 100 sheets with envelopes with a black border. A discreet black border, please. Yes, it's the same address. No, this is Nora Fulton, Mrs. Whitney's secretary. Thank you. Bye now.
Nora, it's customary to let the mistress of the house read her morning paper first.
The mistress of the house sleeps all morning. You ought to subscribe to the afternoon edition.
But just don't mess that up. You'll have to buy another one yourself.
I'm not going to mess it up. Well, now this is interesting.
Must be bad news. That's all that interests you.
I think Mrs. Whitney is going to consider it very good news. District Attorney announces formal closing of Wagner murder case.
Good. That may reduce the number of callers to this house.
Spencer, do you think it's really true? Do you honestly believe the police theory about Gunther's death?
Nora, I told you what I believe.
It just seems so ridiculous.
No, Nora. I would have used the word ironic. I mean, first you go to work for the wife of the man who you thought killed Gunther. Next, you go to the wife of the man who really killed him.
It's just all so far-fetched. I mean, that he'd frame that choreographer. Why would he set up such an elaborate scheme?
Mr. Whitney was an elaborate man. You should have known him.
Well, I might have known him if he hadn't killed him.
One more word about that, and you may lose more than just another job. Understand, Nora? Much more!
Please! Don't you ever do that to me again. I can't stand it when my face is covered. I can't breathe.
That's right. You suffer from claustrophobia. I'm sorry. I forgot. I remember you telling me those stories about the Kavanaugh's housekeeper, how she was always afraid of heights. Did you ever tell her your pet phobia, Nora?
I'll never mention Switzerland again, I swear!
This woman, why can't she come into the office like all the other clients?
She's a widow. Maybe she's not ready to go out in public yet.
I guess that's a good enough reason.
I get a better reason. She's rich. Rich people like to have their lawyers come to the house. Although, frankly, I don't understand why she wants me to handle the estate.
That's right. You said she doesn't like you very much, does she?
Mike probably recommended me. Good old Mike. Told her I'd do a good job.
As a matter of fact, you don't like her very much either, so why did you take this case?
I told you, she's rich.
Oh, come on.
Let me give you a news flash, Didi. I need the M-U-N-E-Y.
That's not how you spell it.
There, that just goes to show you how little I've seen of it lately.
That's right. You did put in a lot of time on that Gavin Wiley case, and you didn't get very much of a fee. How much did you get, anyway?
$200,000.
What?
Didi, the case didn't even go to trial.
Meaning you didn't get any fee at all, did you?
Like the guy was innocent. I can take it out in dance lessons.
Cliff, you told me yourself that Gavin Wiley wasn't even into choreography anymore. As a matter of fact, he's the new director for this little theater company of yours, and that's another reason why you haven't been making any money.
Don't start.
Cliff, you've been taking this acting business too seriously.
Are you gonna bawl me out about this again?
Again? This is the first time I've ever really made an issue of it.
I see you behind your horn-rimmed glasses thinking about it all the time.
Cliff, you got at least 3 referrals within the last 2 weeks, and you didn't follow up on any of them.
Those were all losers, Didi. Negligence cases. Now, come on, I'm too big a lawyer to handle that. Some guy trips over a pothole and he wants to sue the city. You know what it's like, suing the city.
Doesn't it worry you at all?
Sure, it worries me. But I got my corporate accounts, and they're the ones that pay the bills.
And didn't you tell me that one of those companies was going out of business?
Oh, yeah, the clothing concern. But you know that business. Next year, neighborhood jackets will be in. Look, they're very nice. I bought a couple of them myself. Look, don't laugh, will you? That company's going to be very rich. They cut about 4 million of them.
Cliff, you are such a dreamer.
Look, I have got the Phillips account, right? And as long as I have the Phillips account, they send me a check once a month like clockwork.
Well, thank goodness for the Phillips account. Otherwise, I'd probably have to pay both halves of the rent.
Oh, don't worry. Me and the boss of Phillips are like that. Look at that nail. See? We go up to the Whitney mansion to get money enough to get a manicure. Wish me luck with the Wicked Witch of the Midwest.
Well, good luck.
Oh, Calvin. Fancy meeting you here.
How you doing, Cliff? You lucky on your way out?
Why, you want to see me, or do you want to see... Oh, no, that's a stupid question.
Kelvin, what are you doing here?
Came to see you, Didi.
Wasn't yesterday bad enough? Look, I'm not going to give in like I did. And, I made a promise to myself last time, and this time
Didi,
I'm going to
stars
keep it.
walked out on me.
What?
I woke up this morning and there was a note. She took the morning plane back to New York.
What happened? Did you two have a fight? Did you tell her about me?
No, I didn't. May I? Raven did.
Raven? Raven Whitney?
The one and only.
Cliff and I were just... No, wait a minute. Now, how could Raven Whitney possibly tell your wife
Wait a
anything
minute,
about us?
Is Cliff on his way to the Whitney house?
Yeah, she called him on a legal matter.
Well, she called on him yesterday, only he was out.
But we were here. But how could she? Why didn't we see her?
I don't know. Evidently, she saw us.
And she told your wife what she saw. Oh, God. How could anybody be such a monster? How could anybody do anything so purely malicious?
She thought she had her reasons. I mean, she heard that I was still working on the Wagner murder case, even though the DA's office considered it a closed book. So she decided to teach me a lesson. When she got to the house and found Star there, she turned it into her golden opportunity to get back at me.
Oh, Kelvin, I'm sorry. I really didn't want it to be like this.
Oh, it's not your fault. It's mine. I didn't want to hurt Star, Didi, I swear. I never wanted to hurt her.
And I'm sorry, too, about the pain that you're feeling right now. For the hurt you caused your wife. But did you really expect that it could go on like this forever?
Didi, when I left you yesterday, I had made up my mind to try to explain it to Star myself. But not like this. Raven and her big mouth.
This is a real thing, all right. I ought to know.
Please, don't remind me.
Oh, I've been in one of these myself.
You have?
Yeah, just overnight. Drinking and fighting. Although sometimes fighting and drinking.
As long as it's not drinking and driving.
Come on, Gavin, that's against the law. Don't you know that?
Oh, you're right. Hey, look. It's got the print of the original prison on here.
Coldmouth County Penal System. I guess it's authentic.
You look pretty good in there, you know.
Yeah, thanks. Just as long as you let me out in time.
Remember what happened to Cliff and Mitzi?
Yeah, well, don't worry. We had the lock fix, so that won't happen. But you do look very much at home behind bars. Listen, why don't we go through that scene of yours?
You mean, wait, the kid's sister scene?
Yeah.
Gavin, I really don't know that yet.
Sure you do. You know it well enough. And if you fob a line or two, don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Come on, Jody, it'll be fun. Come on.
Well,
All right, now, just remember, this is the first time you've ever been in a place like this. You feel the bleakness, a cold, damp, impersonal feeling.
Yes, it does feel like that, even in the theater.
And if you forget a word or something, just remember your subtext and remember all those conflicting feelings underneath.
I'll try.
Okay? And remember the last line. Really make it a surprise, okay?
Richie?
Carol.
Oh, Richie, it's so good to see you.
Hey, are those tears I see in my sister's eyes?
Come on.
Don't I look okay? Come on, I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you look great. You look the same as you always do. My big, handsome brother. I thought you'd be in a striped suit there.
No, that's in the penitentiary. This is only the county jail. I get my striped suit when I go to the rock factory.
No. No, don't say that, Richie. You're not going there. Do you understand me? Papa says you're not. Richie, he's got a terrific lawyer.
Yeah, Papa. Carol, Papa never listens to me. I told him over a dozen times that I killed Petey Kaiser. Yeah. And he goes home and he thinks of something else.
No, Richie, no.
Well, you want to know?
No, that can't be true.
The fact is, Carol, I killed him. That's the fact. It is hopeless. Do you understand?
No! You did it! You killed him! You killed Petey!
Carol!
Why? Why did you have to tell me? Why didn't you keep your mouth shut?
Carol, that guy you were seeing? That guy you never told us about.
I loved him. I loved him, and my own brother killed him. Oh.
Bravo, Jody, bravo. It was terrific, Johnny. Hey, come on, the scene's over.
Kevin, that could have been you in there. It could have been.
Well, Cliff, my car said that you were good at these kind of things. I have my doubts, but you were the only lawyer I knew.
Well, I'm not going to kid you, Raven. Handling an estate is a rather simple procedure, especially if everything's in order and you're the sole survivor.
But he has another relative, Geraldine Whitney Saxon.
Well, maybe he left her a bequest.
Why? She has all that money of her own. Why would he give her anything?
No, I was thinking along the lines of a sentimental bequest.
Like what? His baby booties?
Well, maybe he left something to charity, or he might have left something for the hired help around here. Look, all this will come clear when we open the will. May I have the will now?
What will?
You mean you don't have your husband's last will and testament with you?
No, you mean you don't have the will with you?
No. Wasn't it in the safety deposit box or one of the safes around here?
What if there isn't a will? Does that matter?
Well, of course it matters. If there's no will, it means that he died intestate.
What does that mean?
It means he died without a will.
Oh, come on.
It means we have to wait for this whole thing to go through probate court.
You're kidding.
No, that's the way things are handled. I mean, there might be some creditors who contest you, or there may be a corporation who thinks that you can't run them, or there might be a missing heir somewhere. The state has a procedure to see how the property will be divided.
Divided? I'm his wife. Don't I get everything?
No, take it easy. I'm sure you'll get everything. And with the tax laws the way they are, you won't have to pay anything on the first $250,000. And after the investigation of the capital asset...
Investigation? There'll be an investigation?
Well, of sorts.
No,
yes.
no. No investigations. There have been enough investigations. I won't have it.
And there are procedures to be adhered to. The law has to be followed to make sure that everyone gets what they're entitled. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll try and keep it as simple as possible. Although, without a will, it'll be 2 years.
Wait a minute. I have an idea.
What?
What if a will suddenly showed up? One that gave everything to his dearly beloved wife.
But you said he didn't leave a will.
No, but we can write one, and then we can sign it.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can do it. I can do his signature. I used to do it all the time. It'll be a lot easier. It'll save people a lot of trouble. We'll save the taxpayers money.
No, you can't. You're serious. That'll be forgery.
No, come on. It'll help. Like I said, it'll make things a lot easier for everyone. Now, what do I write?
I suggest that you don't write that.
Cliff, what do I write? Like, I, Skylar Whitney, do hereby...
You're crazy. Look, that will not be legal.
It will, too. You can be my witness.
I'm not going to touch that damn thing.
Well, then I'll do it myself.
Raven.
No!
Please.
Will you please leave so I can do this?
If you do this...
What?
If you do this, if some will appears out of midair, I'll contest it.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, you just try me.
Get out of my house! Get out right now!
Skylar Whitney, being of sound mind and body, do hereby. That's not how you spell hereby. Oh, this is ridiculous. Why did I tell Cliff Nelson in the first place? I should have just done it myself. I could kill him!
Did something break, Mrs. Whitney?
Yes, something broke. I'm not taking any calls.
Relax. The Whitney residence.
May I speak to Mrs. Skylar Whitney, please?
May I ask who's calling, please?
Just tell her a friend.
Well, I'm sorry. Mrs. Whitney is unavailable at the moment. May I take a message?
No, I'll call back. Mrs. Whitney will hear from me again.
Remember our